Namaste, all of you. Here, your management coach, Dr. Sandhya Srivastava. I welcome you all for the Business Research Methods lecture series 3rd. Let me remind you with the lecture first, in which we discussed about what is research, the types of research, and the difference between exploratory and conclusive research. We have already discussed about the research process, so I just want to remind you about the research process. We will start with the management dilemma, defining the research problem, formulating the research hypothesis, developing a research proposal, the research framework, research design, the process of data collection, instrument design, pilot testing, sampling, data collection, data refining and preparation, data analysis, research reporting, and management research decision. And afterwards, in the lecture series 2nd, we discuss about the points which is being related to the how we will formulate it. Means in the lecture 2nd, we discussed about that why we are going for the research problem, what is the importance of research problem, and what is the basic objective or goal behind the research hypothesis. So in the lecture 2nd, we discussed development of the research hypothesis, formulation of the research problems. We discuss about the problem identification process also, in which we find it out for 4 main sources via discussion with subject experts, review of existing literature, organization analysis, and qualitative analysis. So basically all the frame out work would be related with the research problem. So every research is directly or indirectly based on the problem. When there is a problem, then only there would be a research. We come to the conclusion of that part. Afterwards, we had discussed about the decision problems related to the research problems. Exactly, they reciprocate it. What is it? Because then on the how we will go ahead for the decision problems. Firstly, before taking a decision, it's important to go for the research problems. That what is in-depth view. Then only we can go for the research directly problem. We discussed about the problem identification process, and afterwards we discussed about the elements of research problem. So let me remind you all with the unit of analysis: independent variables, dependent variables, extraneous, intervening variables, and moderating variables. And we also discussed about the research hypothesis. I just want to remind you what exactly the hypothesis is. Hypothesis is any assumptions, presupposition that the researcher makes about the probable direction of the research. So, and we discussed about there are 2 type of hypothesis: descriptive and relational. Research hypothesis, in other words, we can say hypothesis as an assumption, a forecasting to do something, to result, to have a obtained result in their mind when we go in the in-depth result. We discussed about the descriptive hypothesis and relational hypothesis. Descriptive, which is very simple, magnitude, trend, behavior of a population under study. And in the rational hypothesis, we discussed about the typical kind of hypothesis which state the expected relationship between 2 variables. We discussed the criteria for hypothesis formulation. Criteria would be very simple, declarative, measurable, quantifiable, it's conjecturable, and assumptions testing of the stated relationship. So we will come to the point, and now we are going to discuss on a topic on research designs. Research designs means it's in step, a foremost step, we can say. When we are defining a problem, it's important for defining a problem, it's important to give a framework that how we will go ahead, a footsteps, a prints, that how we have to move ahead is to plan. So it's in research design that how we will move forward. So let me clarify you all the points with the same. And there are two ways. First is the exploratory and the other is descriptive. So in this particular lecture series, we are moving forward for the research designs, especially focused on the exploratory and descriptive. So let me discuss here the three tenets of research design. It's in principles based. How? First, it's covered the research questions and stated assumptions. Assumptions, what here it is? Hypothesis into operational variables. What is in the mind, that would be in the formulation way. So that would be first. Specify the process, that how we are going ahead efficiently, economically, as much as possible ways. Third is to specify control mechanism. Control mechanism here, it's focused on the outcome of the study, where we will study that before going in a research, it's important that we have certain assumptions in our mind and we focus on the outcome of the study, because when we are planning to do something, goal and objective of a particular study is already been decided. So to meet with the goal and objective, it's important to know the outcome of the study. So we'll come to the other point. It is classification of research designs. Classification of research design over here. First is research design. So research design, I already explained you. Design is a framework, a step, a footprint, which is basically made to do a research in a propagative way, to get it the more outcome of the study, to meet out the goal or the objective of the study. Yes, so let me clarify with the all points. First is the exploratory research design here. So exploratory research design are the simplest, more flexible, most loosely structured design. As the name suggests, the basic objective of the study is to explore and to obtain clarity on the problem solution. And as far as conclusive research design is concerned, let me clarify you with the conclusive, which we have already, that the sum up, its perspective, it's in summarized. So conclusive is related with the summarized, sum up. So here we are going to discuss in a conclusive research design, descriptive and casual. So in a descriptive research design, it is more structured and formal in nature. As the name implies, the objective of these studies is to provide a comprehensive and detailed explanation of the phenomena under study. And afterwards, when we will go ahead with the same, it's in secondary resource analysis, the case methods, etc. So we will move on with the design continuum, in which we are basically going to study about the first point over here. Yes, it's an exploratory research design, descriptive, it's a secondary case studies, so secondary research analysis, case methods we are going to discuss here. So these are the some points. It's in statement analysis, which I did with the degree of structure. Yes, let me explain to you the types of research design, which I had already explained to you with the framework. Yes, exploratory research design, it is the simplest, most flexible, loosely structured design, and it's an obtained on the clarity of the problem situation. Descriptive, with the name explains that it's in detailed explanation of the phenomena under study. Afterwards, we have an exploratory research design, under which we are discussing here with the secondary resource analysis. Secondary resources, what are the secondary sources, which we have already discussed in the lecture series second. First is the primary and the second one is the secondary. Primary sources are the new, it's depends on the questionnaires, or we can say on the interviews, whereas the secondary sources are concerned, it is the research which is based on the data which is based on the research already been done. Either it would be taken from the books, from the journals, from the newspapers, or which is already been done, which is available, facts and figures which has been authenticated and published. Whereas case method, it is intricately designed and reveals a comprehensive complete presentation, whereas case method is concerned, it's in live examples. So it's particularly depends on the case method is a open case method or a close case method. Open case method, it described in a very single entity way, whereas we discussed in other on the basis of the either it would be related with the business research, or we have discussed in other ways that it depends about the case that we are taking. When we talk about an entrepreneur, we have taken the Dabbawala stories, and when we talk about the legal entity, we have taken enforcement by laws. So it depends on the cases. Yes. Exploratory research design, it's an expert opinion surveys. Expert opinion survey, expert opinion, in the lecture series we have discussed that the person who is expertised in their field, either it would be on the academically work, or either they have a practical knowledge about an individual specialized field. Focus group discussion, because as far as the decisions are concerned, the panel, the framework, the topic, the subjects, so it would be focused group discussions also. As far as the descriptive research design is concerned, it is cross-sectional research designs. Two criteria actually for the cross-sectional research design. First is carried out at a single moment in time. Therefore, the applicability is temporal specific for a particular moment. Whereas the other criteria is conducted on a subsection of the respondent population. Variation here, the single or a multiple cohort analysis, we will go ahead for it. Afterwards, longitudinal studies. The three criteria which we have taken for this particular study. First is the study involves selection of a representative of a group of panel. Panel here, the specialized expert persons in their particular field, they had taken in a panel for their views, suggestions, answers, and for their decisions. Second criteria are there are repeated measurement of the researched variable on this panel over fixed intervals of time. It means regular interventions to have a knowledge about that in a particular fixed interval, after 2 months, after 1 month, what is the progress in a particular approach. Afterwards, the third criteria, when we moved on, once selected, the panel composition needs to stay constant over the study period. When we are going for the research, it's very much important that particular time frame is important, that from when to up to what time. It's in review of literature, the survey process, we have to mention it for the constant over the study period. So these are the certain points which we have already been discussed. So if you feel any suggestions or query, please comment below. Definitely I will assure you to give the answers for it. Thank you so much.